I'm here in Canada Water tube station and the bus station. This is Ontario Point, about 25-story building. It has 900 apartments in it. So this on the right hand side is Canada Water tube station, and I'm waiting for bus 1 towards Hampstead Heath via Euston and Camden. I'm here on bus 1 in Canada Water tube station, and here right next to Canada Water tube station there is a Canada Water bus stop. I'm here on bus 1 towards Hampstead Heath via Euston. Well, I'm going to get off in Euston. You can see these modern building. These were built in the past 5 to 10 years. A lot of investment was poured into this part of London. It's quite a prime location. It looks like there is a nice looking park on the right hand side, or maybe it's not. Leisure Centre. Oh, you see on the top right, those construction sites. There's construction sites all over London. Seven Island Leisure Centre. Okay, there's some Rotherhithe police station. There's some parts of Rotherhithe they are quite nice and beautiful, and the other side is not so beautiful. And you can see a lot of vibrating noise on this bus. Probably this is one of those buses which has quite a bit of loose bolts and nuts in it. You can see all the houses on the right, on the left hand side. And there's some construction, some road works on the left. As usual, there's always some sort of road works on London roads. And there's a Surrey Quays tube station. There are a lot of people in this part. It is about 9:45 in the morning. It's Saturday morning. And there's a huge Tesco. Probably all the people, they were flocking here to buy things, I think, yeah. Perhaps they are here for their shopping, or perhaps they are coming from some sports activities. It's quite a big bus stop. Okay, Surrey Quays shopping center. Okay, there's shopping center. That's why you see many people flocking on Saturday morning. Welcome to Surrey Quays. Okay, there's a lot of traffic. Apparently there is no space for our bus in this bus lane. There are some residential houses on the left. So the name of Canada Water came from because ships from Canada used to dock in this part of London. I think that's why it's got its name Canada Water. J is for jeans. Probably they are selling some jeans. There are grocery stores, there are barbers, Surrey, keys and locks, offices to rent. You can see there are residential houses and shops. And it's quite a narrow road. It's, I guess, one way. There are cars parked on the right, and we have a Chinese restaurant. On the right we have parked cars, and we have just one lane to use. And we are turning right. Okay. That's a nice looking colorful red building on the right. And there are some social housing on the left. And these are some modern houses on the left. So this bus will be going through Elephant Castle and then Waterloo Bridge, Waterloo Station, from the heart of London, from Holborn, Bloomsbury, Russell Square. Bloomsbury and Russell Square, they are right next to each other. And through Euston and further down to Camden and Hampstead Heath. Its last stop is in Hampstead Heath. I'm planning to get off. I'm going to get off in Euston Station. Okay, we are going straight. It's quite a residential area, and you can see the roads are not leveled up. The engineers didn't do a good job here. All these bumps, like the reason why the bus is making that vibrating, annoying noise is because the roads are not leveled up. The engineers didn't do a proper job, so that's why there's quite a lot of bumps. And it looks quite a old houses. Rotherhithe New Road. And there's a railway bridge which we're gonna go underneath it. It's quite a solid bridge, a strong one. And there are some roadworks again on the left. Okay, there is a South Bermondsey station around here. Bermondsey was quite a rough area. I'm not sure how the situation is now, but 10-15 years ago it was quite rough. And looks like that blue bridge in front, it's a pedestrian bridge, looks like it, yeah. Oh, I thought we were going to go straight, but we are turning right. Is this a park on the left? I'm not sure. Some nice looking building on the left. Some more roadworks on the left. Anchor Street bus stop. I can hear some people speaking in Chinese. Ni hao wo de pengyo. It means, how are you, my friend? Wo de pengyo means my friend in Chinese. I lived for a year in China, so I know a bit of, I'm not going to say I know a bit of Chinese. I knew some Chinese a few years ago, but I kind of forgot all those phrases, because when you don't practice, you forget. You can see there are a lot of shops on the left and on the right. Looks like a deprived area. Bermondsey has been a deprived area for many, many years. There's another bus one going into opposite direction. And there on the left you see Savers. It's one of those shops where you can get things for a pound, £2. It's like a pound shop or pound plus shop, like a dollar shop. And this is Iceland. Again, when you see, in a place where you see Iceland or Savers, it means it's a deprived, poor area. It's not economically that vibrant, should I say. Fancy dress town, costumes, wigs, masks, balloons, party store. Okay. And there's this building on the left. Looks like a residential area or perhaps offices. It's a newly built, probably in last 5 years. And there are some more shops on either side of the road. CrossFit. It's a gym. It's a gym chain, I think. You see these houses on the right, they are modern, and the one on the left, these are quite old. But I like this type of, the one on the left with the English flag. I like these kind of apartments. I'm not sure when they were built, but I like it. But this one, it looks beautiful. It's a modern one. Again, probably built in the past 5-10 years. But the modern apartments are quite expensive. I mean, London overall has become unaffordable. The rents are very, very expensive. Here on the right, you see that sport pitch. It's a school. It used to be a girls' school. I'm not sure if it's, I think it is still a school. It's still a school, but I'm not sure if it is a mixed school or not. And then we have a park on the right hand side. This part of London has seen a lot of regeneration. A lot of investment has been poured into this part of London. Bermondsey. You see on the right, these are modern apartments, and on the left, these are old. It's a prime location. The Tower Bridge is not far away from here. Probably if you start walking from this part of London, I think it might take you 10-15 minutes to get there. So it's a prime location. And I'm sure it's going to change in the next 10 years. I'm assuming, as you can see right in front, these are new apartment buildings built in the past 5 or 10 years. And the whole area is getting expensive. Unaffordable for ordinary people to live. I'm pretty sure a room would cost a minimum of £1,200. I'm pretty sure. if not 1,200, then I would say £1,000. Caledonia Market. I'm sure there's somewhere around here. Okay, if you go here on the right, it will take you to London, to Tower Bridge. Yeah, Tower Bridge Road. It will take you straight to Tower Bridge. But we are turning left. Tower fried chicken. Okay, then there are some police sirens. Okay, there are, I think these 3-4 vehicles, they're undercover police. It's a nice sunny day. Not very, on London standards, it's quite sunny. Oh, that's a nice car. Quite historical. New Cross, Euston, Elephant and Castle. I think we will be turning right because we are going towards Elephant and Castle. There are vehicles coming from the right, and we have a flyover in front, and we will be turning right. Yeah, we are turning right underneath this flyover. You see that crane? It's a sign of, there's a lot of construction going on all over London, in central London, west London, and we have a nice looking park on the left. You see all these high-rise buildings? These were built in the past 10 years, and some more buildings are being built. Okay, what is this building? Driscoll House. Okay, this was a hostel. I'm pretty sure it might still be a hostel or a hotel. I think I read about it. It used to be a hostel. Rodney Place. It reminded me of Fools and Horses, one of British iconic sitcom. It was a comedy series. It had many characters, but there were two brothers named Delboy and Rodney. I loved those characters, and they had a granddad who always used to bang on his time in France during World War II. I really wish that time stood still for Rodney and Delboy, so they could still play those great, hilarious characters. It is by far one of my favorite sitcoms. And when you look at British comedy from 60s, 70s, 80s, they were excellent. And there was another sitcom, Father Ted. I think that was from 90s. I loved that, Father Ted. It was an Irish sitcom. British comedy and British stand-up comedians, they are by far one of the best. I mean, I don't know if you heard of the name Jimmy Carr, Sean Locke. There was another guy, McIntyre. There's so many. They are just brilliant. And Sean Locke, yeah, he was a great comedian. He passed away a few years ago. It was a sad day. He passed away a few years ago. He was a truly great, a gifted comedian, one of the finest. I think once I bumped into him in Whitechapel. Yeah, that was some years ago. Okay, we are here in Elephant and Castle. So Elephant Castle is undergoing major regeneration program. About 4 billion public and private money is being invested in this area. There used to be huge housing estates which were demolished about 10 years ago in 2014, and all these modern buildings you see around here, or which you are about to see, they are all built in the past 10-15 years. There are quite a few universities here as well. University of Arts London is here, and I don't know which other university is there. So Elephant Castle there between 1890s and the 1940s, it was quite a popular area. It was called as the Piccadilly of the South. But then in World War II, this part of London saw a lot of damage, and we have a cyclist in front of us. Then later in the early 1960s, the Elephant and Castle shopping center was built. It was the first of its kind in Europe. And then that shopping center was demolished a few years ago in 2021. And Elephant Castle, it was a junction even in Roman times. Another old building on the left. London Road Depot. Okay. London Road. You see that monument? This is St. George's Circus, I think. It was built in 1771. Yep, it was built in 1771, I think. Erected in, I don't know what year, of the reign of King George. So it is St. George's Circus. We are approaching London Waterloo station, which was opened in 1848, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see modern houses on the right and some old ones on the left. So the here H10 London Waterloo is a modern building, some office building perhaps. Okay, we are approaching London Waterloo station. London Waterloo station, I think between 1994 and 2007, train used to go from London Waterloo station all the way to France. But then those international service was moved to St. Pancras in King's Cross in around 2007. Here on the left you just saw an ambulance. Okay, this is Waterloo Road. I don't know what is this building. Wellington House on the right. The white one. And that glittery one, I'm not sure. Probably it's a theater, who knows, I'm not sure. On the left we have a park, and there's a pinky bus for tourists. We are approaching Waterloo Station, and Waterloo Station is here on the left. This is Waterloo Station, which was built in 1848. It is currently third busiest station in the UK. And there's a church on the right, and some modern buildings and some old buildings. And the one here you see the round, this is IMAX Cinema. And that's a train on a railway bridge. We are currently here in Waterloo Station. Here, King's College Waterloo campus is nearby. This building you see in front, I think this is a hotel. Not sure which hotel is that, but I think, if I'm not mistaken. Now, King's College Waterloo campus is here on the right or there in the back. And this is London Waterloo Bridge. Waterloo Bridge. And there is somewhere South Bank Centre. And there's a nice walk under, if you go down, there's a nice walk on South Bank. It's a beautiful walk. You can start that from London Eye to here, then from here all the way to Tower Bridge and London Bridge and Tower Bridge. It's a nice walk. And that's River Thames. And the South Bank Centre is the UK's largest arts centre, which was founded in 1951. So if you like art and culture, you should visit South Bank. And that's London Eye. And over there, that was a Big Ben. And there's some construction or redevelopment on the left. On the right, this white building is a historical building. I think back in old days, soldiers were recruited in this part. Just behind that white building on the right, there's King's College London. And here in this part, it's called Strand. And there's another university, London School of Economics here, LSE. King's College and LSE are world-renowned universities. And the reason why I know, because I went to King's College, yeah. So if you go straight, actually you can get to Covent Garden from here within 5 to 10 minutes. On the left there is, what's the name? On the right we have King's College, and on the left we have Trafalgar Square. On the left, yeah, it's Trafalgar Square, and straight down to Covent Garden. There are quite a few theatres here, and on the right over there is King's College. This building on the right, I think it was part of Bush building or something, part of BBC, and that's one of the theatre. Mamma Mia. Waldorf Hotel. I'm pretty sure it's one of those expensive ones. And I think this on the left is Drury Lane. Yeah, the building on the right, it was, it's Bush House. I think it was part of BBC building, but then it was bought by King's College. I'm not sure in 2012 or when it was bought. So we are here in Aldwych, and that building in front, this building, it was part of LSE, London School of Economics. But I'm not sure if it still is. I'm not sure if it still is part of London School of Economics or not. But this whole area is basically occupied by King's College and LSE. These education institutes get a lot of money from students. I think this building used to be part of LSE, but probably now is some office building. These universities often buy and sell their buildings. And there are some cafes on the left, which I've been to many times in my student days. And that's Peacock Theatre. Over on here on the right is in the sea. And beyond that, there is a Royal Course of Justice. We are approaching Holborn Station. Holborn Station was built in 1906, and then escalators and lifts were installed in 1933. And here we have some more cafes on the left. Leon, Elaine's. There's quite a lot of traffic. Well, this part of London is always packed with traffic. But I'm not sure why this black Mercedes on bus lane, because only buses and black cabs are allowed on these bus lanes. Probably he's new, I'm not sure, or maybe he's loaded with money, because if other vehicles come on this lane, then they're penalized. Yeah, they get hefty penalties, over 70-80 pounds. Burger King. So we are here in Holborn Station, and over there is Holborn Station and some nice buildings. And that's Holborn Station, which I used it many times during my student days. If you go on the right in traffic lights, it will take you towards Chancery Lane Tube Station. So yeah, Holborn Station and Chancery Lane Station are not far away. And this is Sainsbury's. And here on the right, if you walk probably for 7 minutes, you would get to Chancery Lane Tube Station, yeah, in about 5 to 7 minutes. This part of London becomes very quiet in the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday during daytime, because most of these buildings around here, they are office buildings, and people don't come here on Saturdays, Sundays to their offices, so most of the places are quiet. We are held here by traffic lights. And so on the left we have old building, on the right modern buildings. There are some police officers on the right. NYX. Okay, it's a hotel. Another hotel. Okay, this building on the left is Victoria Building. It was built in 1930s. I think it has 8 stories, 8-story building, and 2 basements. 1 basement and the other one is sub-basement. And there are some old buildings on the right. So we are approaching Bloomsbury. Bloomsbury, Russell Square, they are right next to each other. I can't see, I don't know the difference where the border is, but they're very close to each other. Bloomsbury Place. There are quite a few universities here in Bloomsbury as well. There is a London School of Pharmacy, which became part of UCL in 2012, I think. I think previously it was called London School of Pharmacy, which is not far away from Russell Square Tube Station. There are many hotels in this part of London. There's a hotel, Kimpton Fitzroy. Okay, welcome to Bloomsbury. Okay, there are, you can see Palestinian flags here, and there's a nice looking park on the left. And this is the building. This iconic building is Kimpton Fitzroy, London. And here on the left you can see Looks like there's some sort of protest against barbaric annihilation of Palestinians. You can see starvation Gaza. Yeah, they're starving children in Gaza. Over 20,000 children killed. And yeah, the clips coming from Palestine is just horrific. Yeah, what Israel is doing is just, I don't know why no one is stopping them. It's just horrific. It's barbaric. Yeah, the hotel which I spoke to you about in Bloomsbury, that beautiful building, previously it was called the Hotel Russell, but nowadays it is called Kimpton Fitzroy. It was built in 1898. That iconic building which we just saw earlier. And in 1941, yeah, it survived an air raid in 1941. And the reason why it was kind of saved, because it had a dome on its rooftop. And a British Museum is around somewhere here as well. It's very close by. There are hotels on the left. This part of London is riddled with hotels, and you see this bus for tourists. That hotel, which I spoke about, Kimpton Fitzroy, or previously known as the the Hotel Russell. I think it costs, okay, that's Chongqing. I think room is over there it cost over £300. So yeah, this Chongqing. It's one of Chongqing. Yeah, is a vibrant city in China. I've never been to, but as I said, I lived in China. One day I would like to go to Chongqing. Chongqing is popular for its spicy food, and we have another nice looking, beautiful park on the left. There are many beautiful parks in this part of London. UCL is not far away from here. It's close by. If you go on the left, you will find University College London. And there's another university, Birkbeck. UCL is quite a huge university. Most part of this on the left is occupied by UCL, and there are many beautiful parks around that area, which is quite nice for the people around, and especially for the students. It's a good place, to take in a bit of nature in the middle of city. As you can see, there are many hotels here. On the left, this is Hilton Hotel. This block is occupied by London Hilton. I'm not sure what building is this. Bloomsbury. Okay, in the traffic light you see in front, on the right, if you go, you can get to, on the right, you can get to King's Cross, probably within 5 to 7 minutes walking distance. On the left, it would take you to Baker Street and then Regent's Park. I would say probably 15, or I would say 20 minutes walk from here, maybe 25 minutes, or maybe half an hour, yeah, somewhere around 25 minutes. We are approaching London Euston Station. London Euston Station was opened in 1837. You can take trains to Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow, towards north, and from St Pancras in King's Cross you can take trains to France, to Paris. And here on the left here is the London Euston bus station and the train station. You can get to London Euston train station through this way as well. It's one of the busiest train stations in London. I'm going to get off in the next stop. But this bus goes all the way to Hampstead. Next, I think, yeah, if you are on this bus, you can get to Camden Town probably in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That was the stop in Euston.